That is one of the plum trees in the back of my garden. It has been grafted with 4 different varieties. Early this year in spring, it was attacked by aphids while there were lot of flowers, lot of small fruit which was just in the early stages. I sprayed it with fairy liquid and some vegetable oil mixed into it. I added a lot of water into it and did the spray. Still, it was unable to kill all the aphids or green flies, whatever you call them. I am not very expert on that side. I cut most of the fruit. I wanted to save the tree. I thought, if I lose the fruit this year and save the tree, I can have fruit the year after. But if the tree is dead, then there won't be any fruit. And very strange thing is, on this side there was no aphids or green flies. That was quite safe. I couldn't spot anything on that side, starting from this branch, and it goes, that's one variety, and the rest of the tree, which has 2 big branches going on the other side, that's one variety on both big branches. And I had to cut most of the fruit and new growth. I had to spray 2-3 times. Second and third time I added some extra vegetable oil, and it brought everything under control. At least some of the fruit was saved. Then after a while I noticed that the second variety, this one, which you can see a lot of fruit hanging, all the leaves, they were covered with those green live insects, and I had to cut a lot of new growth which had more at the back of all the leaves. I sprayed it few times, and I thought now it has recovered, so I left some fruit, which some of them is still hanging. A lot of leaves are like that. They have been eaten. They have holes in them. But very strange thing, which I do not know the reason. I have cut those leaves which were covered with those small insects. They are still spread out on the grass. And in the morning when I came out, I spotted lot of activity on the trunk of the tree, which I do not know what it is. I heard that these aphids, if you cut them, they don't have the ability to fly or crawl back onto the tree and if you cut the new growth which has those aphids on them, then that's it, they will die. But I could spot lot of the activity, a lot of these things crawling on the trunk of the tree, which I do not know what it is. What should I call it? Green flies, aphids, or what they are. But I can spot lot of activities by that creature on the tree trunk in the morning. It was more visible. Their numbers were in hundreds, thousands. It can be seen on the back of the new growth. And a lot of them are still crawling on the tree trunk. I have a lot of questions in my mind. What it is? Are these aphids? Are these green flies? And I hope somebody would be able to help me. They can still be seen crawling up and down the trunk. I don't want to lose this tree. So if you have, if you know the answer of any of my questions, please help.